Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 5, Book 59, number 668. Narrated by Zardam. When Abu Musa arrived at Kufa as a governor, he honored this family of Jam by paying him a visit. I was sitting near to him, and he was eating chicken as his lunch, and there was a man sitting amongst the people. Abu Musa invited the man to the lunch, but the latter said, "I saw chickens eating something dirty, so I consider them unclean." Abu Musa said, "Come on, I saw the Prophet eating it, i.e. chicken." The man said, "I have taken an oath that I will not eat chicken." Abu Musa said, "Come on, I will tell you about your oath." We, a group of Al-Asharian people, went to the Prophet and asked him to give us something to ride. But the Prophet refused. Then we asked him for the second time to give us something to ride, but the Prophet took an oath that he would not give us anything to ride. After a while, some camels of booty were brought to the Prophet, and he ordered that 5 camels be given to us. When we took those camels, we said, "We have made the Prophet forget his oath, and we will not be successful after that." So I went to the Prophet and said, "O Allah, Apostle, you took an oath that you would not give us anything to ride, but you have given us." He said, "Yes, for if I take an oath and later I see a better solution than that, I act on the later," and gave the expiation of that oaths. Volume 5, Book 59, number 669. Narrated by Imran bin Hussein. The people of Banu Tamim came to Allah's Apostle, and he said, "Be glad, i.e. have good tidings. O Banu Tamim," they said, "as you have given us good tidings, then give us some material things." On that the features of Allah's Apostle changed, i.e. he took it ill. Then some people from Yemen came, and the Prophet said to them, "Accept good tidings, as Banu Tamim have not accepted them." They said, "We accept them, O Allah's Apostle." Volume 5, Book 59, number 670. Narrated by Abu Masud. Narrated Abu Masud. The Prophet beckoned with his hand towards Yemen and said, "Belief is there. The harshness and mercilessness of the qualities of those farmers etc., who are busy with their camels, and pay no attention to the religion, is towards the east, from where the side of the head of Satan will appear. Those are the tribes of Rabi and Mudda." Volume 5, Book 59, number 671. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "The people of Yemen have come to you, and they are more gentle and soft-hearted. Belief is Yemenite and wisdom is Yemenite. While pride and haughtiness are the qualities of the owners of camels, i.e. Bedouins. Calmness and solemnity are the characters of the owners of sheep." Volume 5, Book 59, number 672. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "Belief is Yemenite while afflictions appear from there, the east, from where the side of the head of Satan will appear." Volume 5, Book 59, number 673. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "The people of Yemen have come to you, and they are more soft-hearted and gentle-hearted people. The capacity for understanding religion is Yemenite and wisdom is Yemenite." Volume 5, Book 59, number 674. Narrated by Alqama. We were sitting with Ibn Masud when Kabab came and said, "O Abu Abdurrahman, can these young fellows recite Quran as you do?" Ibn Masud said, "If you wish, I can order one of them to recite Quran for you." Kabab replied, "Yes." Ibn Masud said, "Recite, O Alqama." On that, Zayd bin Hudair, the brother of Ziyad bin Hudair, said to Ibn Masud, "Why have you ordered Alqama to recite, though he does not recite better than we?" Ibn Masud said, "If you like, I would tell you what the Prophet said about your nation and his, i.e., Alqama's, nation. So I recited 50 verses from Surah Maryam. Abdullah bin Mas'ud said to Kabab, "What do you think about Alqama's recitation?" Kabab said, "He has recited well." Abdullah said, "Whatever I recite, Alqama recites." Then Abdullah turned towards Kabab and saw that he was wearing a gold ring. Whereupon he said, "Hasn't the time for its throwing away come yet?" Kabab said, "You will not see me wearing it after today," and he threw it away. Volume 5, Book 59, number 675. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Tufail bin Amr came to the Prophet and said, "The Dais, nation, have perished as they disobeyed and refused to accept Islam. So invoke Allah against them." But the Prophet said, "O Allah, give guidance to the Dais, tribe, and bring them to Islam." Volume 5, Book 59, number 676. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. When I came to the Prophet said on my way, "Oh, what a long, tedious, tiresome night. Nevertheless, it has rescued me from the place of heathenism. A slave of mine ran away on the way. When I reached the Prophet I gave him the oath of allegiance for Islam, and while I was sitting with him, suddenly the slave appeared. The Prophet said to me, 'O Abu Hurairah, here is your slave.' I said, 'He, i.e. the slave, is free, for Allah's sake,' and manumitted him." Volume 5, Book 59, number 677. Narrated by Adi bin Hatim. We came to Umar in a delegation during his rule. He started calling the men one by one, calling each by his name. As he did not call me early, I said to him, "Don't you know me, O chief of the believers?" He said, "Yes, you embraced Islam when they, i.e. your people, disbelieved. You have come to the truth when they ran away. You fulfilled your promises when they broke theirs. And you recognized it, i.e. the truth of Islam, when they denied it." On that, Adi said, "I therefore don't care." Volume 5, Book 59, number 678. Narrated by Aisha. We went out with Allah's Apostle during Hajjat al-Wada, and we assumed the ihram for Umrah. Then Allah's Apostle said to us, "Whoever has got the Hadi should assume the ihram for Hajj and Umrah and should not finish his ihram till he has performed both Umrah and Hajj." I arrived at Mecca along with him, i.e. the Prophet, while I was menstruating, so I did not perform the tawaf around the Kaaba or between Safa and Marwa. I informed Allah's Apostle about that and he said, "Undo your braids and comb your hair, and then assume the ihram for Hajj and leave the Umrah." I did so, and when we performed and finished the Hajj, Allah's Apostle sent me to At-Tanim along with my brother, Abdurrahman bin Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, to perform the Umrah. The Prophet said, "This Umrah is in lieu of your missed Umrah." Those who had assumed the ihram for Umrah performed the tawaf around the Kaaba and between Safa and Marwa, and then finished their ihram, and on their return from Mina, they performed another tawaf around the Kaaba and between Safa and Marwa. But those who combined their Hajj and Umrah performed only one tawaf between Safa and Marwa for both.